the biggest thing is, do you understand in that connection what the bold is asking us to do? How am I going to build excitement? Great, I can do that on my own. The teaching point is probably the part that you're going to do the least amount of, playing around with, because these are oftentimes, most times, aligned to either the writing process or building engagement around reading, depending if you're in the reading workshop, or obviously aligned to standards. Then I want to think, so this is the part that I'm like saying to the kids, and I'm not necessarily changing too much. Then here comes the teaching. Same thing happens where I have that bold: distribute copies of the editing checklist, challenge students to share how they typically use that tool. Great, that feels self-explanatory. I don't have to keep going and reading on through this. The biggest thing I think that can kind of slow us down in these units that are designed to be 4 to 6 weeks is feeling like we need to say every single thing, and to make sure that we are not missing anything, or making sure that kids are hanging on every single word that we're saying. And really, the mini lessons is just one small section of your actual writing or reading workshop. That is the one time where everyone is working on the same exact skill or the same exact standard. And so remember that inside the writing workshop, after your mini lesson, there's so much time for you to be having conversations, to be giving feedback to students. So don't feel like your mini lessons, when it comes to planning for your mini lessons, that's just one section. I don't want you to forget about the small group work or the conferences that you might be wanting to think about as well. So really think about, in your mini lesson, just thinking about this bold part. And if there is confusion with the bold part, read on, because this is what happened in a pilot teacher's classroom. If there's not, go ahead and keep moving. If there are, if you have the new writing units of study, our new series, there are videos of staff developers teaching each one of the mini lessons. And I find that I'm in schools across the country. And so lots of times they'll be like, can you model this session? And of course, I'm going to model that session for them. But one way that I plan is I watch the video at 2 times speed if I have the new units of study alongside my unit, just to think about and get a picture of how I think that mini lesson is going to go. Okay, so that's how you're going to go through the mini lessons. Thinking about the bold.